GRTS. From hard news
I want to direct this question to the FAO.
to human interest, Weekend Spectrum is the program that spices up your weekend with news, breaking events in and outside the Gambia.
Meet the people who inspire others to think and change the world.
These culminated experiences were able to show anybody in New York that I'm somebody who's tough and I'm able to survive and carry out the work that I'm given. So it was a process, a tough one, but all in all, as I said, with the grace of Allah and with the support of parents and with the confidence of coming from a small country like Gambia and having a lot to prove.
Focus should be in strengthening families to ensure that they keep their children and also vulnerable families.
At this time on GRTS.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this program. It's on the Gambia Revenue Authority Taxpayer Education Program on the Value Added Tax. I am Uri Jallo, and I'm here with some of the senior staff from the Gambia Revenue Authority who will be talking about this VAT that's set to replace the sales tax. On my left-hand side, I have Mari Sar, who is a senior tax officer at the Gambia Revenue Authority, and on my right, Martin Jai Senghor, also a senior taxpayer education office. And on my far right, you have Musa Sedikan, who is the IT manager and the VAT project manager. Gentlemen and ladies, welcome to this program.
Thank you.
Viewers, we'll be talking about the VAT, as I've said earlier. That's the value added tax, which is set to replace the sales tax. And Mr. Sar will be speaking in English. And we'll have Mati who will be speaking in Wolof, and Mr. Sedikan will be speaking in Mandinka. And we'll explain what the VAT tax is. Just before we go any further, I will hand over to Mr. Sar, who will give us an overview of what we've been discussing here since the program started some few weeks back. Mr. Sar?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jallo, and good evening to our viewers. This is the Gambia Revenue Authority Taxpayer Education Program, which is coming to you on your GRTS television every Tuesday from 9 to 10. If you were following our programs before, we've started this and we've talked about the value added tax which government is going to implement come January 2013. And this tax is going to replace the current sales tax. We've discussed about the registration, who is to register. We've talked about what is the VAT, why government have taken the initiative to implement this VAT. And today we are going to talk about the administrative obligations of a registered taxpayer. But before we start, we can just do a recap for those who didn't have the opportunity to watch our last programs. And value-added tax, we said, is a consumer tax which is levied on all goods and services which are taxable. So anybody who is buying a good or a service, who is buying a good or acquiring the services from a service provider, if that particular good or service is taxable by a law, know that the person who is providing that good or service is going to charge you VAT come January 2013. But not everybody is mandated to charge VAT by January 2013. We have our registration criteria, which is based on the turnovers of businesses. If you are doing business and you are dealing in taxable supplies, if your supply for, if the value of your turnover for a period of 12 months is up to 1 million, then you are mandated by law to come and register. That is the registration threshold. Okay. And if you don't have this 1 million, but you have the 500, you have a turnover of 500,000, you can come and apply for registration voluntarily. There, you are not mandated, but if you want to benefit from the benefits that are in the VAT, you can come and voluntarily register. But before you register, we need to make sure you can comply with all those things that the VAT will require you to do before you can be registered for VAT. Okay. Like the sales tax, the VAT rate is going to be at 15%. So there's no increase. And this is one of the things that government have taken into consideration, not to raise the VAT rate so that it will be a general increase on prices. There's also another rate which is the zero rated. This zero rate is going to be levied on exports. This is done to give chance to our local businesses. If they are exporting their goods to other countries, if those goods reach there, they will be able to compete in those markets so that our local government, our local businesses can also develop from there. But not all goods and services are also taxable. We have goods that are exempted from the VAT. That I believe we'll have a program for that, okay, because it's a wide area.
Okay, we'll come back to that. But we'll just allow also Mati, sorry. Suñ mbokki olof yi nga xam ne ñu ñoo topp ci programme bi mooy value added tax programme bi nii bi Gambia Revenue Authority di indi fii nii fii ci GRTS. xam naa balaa ñoo sori rek Mari wax na fi lu bari balaa ñoo gën a dugg ci waxtaan bi yow mën nga fàttali suñ seetaankat yi ak suñ déglukat yi lan mooy value added tax ak lu tax GRA di ko indi ci lu gàtta rek.
ok waaw jërëjëf Mamadou mbokk yi ñu ngi leen a nuyu di leen sargalwaat ci programme bi nga xam ne moom lañ leen fi dee defal comme ni ko Mari doon waxee ci anglais rek value added tax bu xam ne la ni government dañ plan pour introduce ko by 1st of January 2013 te suñ néegi député yi d'accord nañ ni bétëral loi bi ne by 1st of January on the 27th of June lañ passoon loi boobu pour dogal ne fu mu nekk VAT bi dafa taxaw by 1st of January te su taxawee dafa replace sales tax bi nga xam ne moo fi nekkoon at yi passé ni VAT nag dafa nekk consumption tax la mooy tax bi boo xam ne goods and services yi nga xam ne dañ taxable under the VAT yooyu noonu ñi nga xam ne ñoo koo jëfandikoo ñooy fay VAT bi ne te rate bi tamit moo rate sales tax bi yëpp benn la because sales tax bi 15% la woon VAT bi tamit su ñuy inter effect 15% la nekka ba pare da nga gis ne for exports mooy marchandise yi nga xam ne mooy jógee fii di dem yeneen réew yi boobu noonu zero rate lañ ko def waaw mooy ne daal daanaka li defuñ ko mu exempt waaye dañ ko tax at 0%. so da nga gis ne koo xam ne yaa ngi ci export business bi soo fi jëlee bagage ngay koo yóbbu bitim réew duñ la charge VAT bi ba pare sa VAT bi nga fay pour import bi sax li nga fayoon pour ci custom bi as VAT boobu dañ la ko refund. so li tax ñu def lu rek mooy pour dooleel suñ business kat yi nga xam ne ñu ngi jublu ci wàllu export pour seen bagage yi su demee ci beneen réew ñu mun a compete ak marchandise yu fa fekka parce que suñ fa chargé VAT bi xëy na marchandise bi dina seer bi nga xam ne su demee ci yeneen réew yi du mun a compete ak marchandise yu fa fekka te VAT bi li tax ñu ko taxawal mooy ne Gambia dafa bokk ci benn mbootaay bi ñoo ECOWAS muy réewi West Africa countries yi yëpp ñoo nangotoo te Gambia sign na ne ñoom tam dañoo introduce VAT su fi ma waxee nii da nga gis ne fu mu nekk nii daanaka Africa community of West Africa bi yëpp ñoom ñëpp taxawal nañ VAT ba mu des Gambia Guinée Bissau ak Liberia so da nga gis ne Liberia sax comme fuñ toll nii di prépare ñoom it ci lañ nekk mu ngi mel ni daal fu mu nekk réew yëpp ñooy lifin VAT bii nii te VAT bi tam nekkul ne goods yëpp lañ war a tax government am na exemption buñ def mooy goods yoo xam ne nii yi nga xam ne average Gambian bi daf koo soxla torop yooyu noonu comme wàllu dunda bi muy basic foods waaw basic food stuff boobu dinañ ko am special programme basic food stuff yooyu noonu dañ koo exempt ba pare tamit